It is a great satisfaction to greet you again. I hope you and your pet are well. Today we will talk about the following. What does it mean when your dog buries food? Have you ever given your dog a particularly tasty bone and then watched him carry it around looking for the best place to hide it? Maybe he uses his nose to nudge it into the perfect position behind the couch or dug up the garden to bury it. If you're wondering why, here are a few reasons. 1. Ancestral instinct. The most common reason is primal instinct. If we go back thousands of years in time to look at their ancestors, the wolves, this starts to make sense. Although they have changed greatly in appearance, some instincts are still ingrained in their DNA. Wolves have a habit of burying any leftover food during the summer, hiding it underground where it is protected from other animals and kept cool so it doesn't rot as quickly. They dig up food during the winter when food is scarce, an excellent survival tactic when the next meal isn't guaranteed. Your dog probably knows exactly when to expect his next meal, but the instinct to hide food still happens from time to time. Some breeds, particularly those originally bred to hunt, such as terriers, beagles, and dachshunds, for example, are more prone to burying food. Dogs often bury very valuable items, so don't be offended if your dog hides a tasty treat instead of enjoying it right away. 2. Anxiety. Burying food can be due to a more unfortunate reason, such as anxiety. Dogs who have had to compete for food in the past, or who think there may be a shortage, may try to hide food from others to ensure they get it. They may be possessive of food because they fear it will be taken away, and they protect it by growling or running away with it if you approach. This is sometimes known as resource guarding. You may encounter dogs with food anxiety issues at rescue centers. Once you find a new home, the behavior may gradually disappear as your dog settles and becomes confident in his new routine. You should seek advice from your vet, especially if there is any aggression around food, as this can lead to biting and injury. 3. Overfeeding. When dogs are given too much food, they have two options: eat it anyway or save it for later. Many will opt for the first option, which can lead to them becoming overweight. However, some fussier dogs may choose to hide it. You should assess how much you are giving your dog if he tends to hide his food. A good guide to a healthy weight is that when you run your hands along his sides, you should be able to feel his ribs with gentle pressure. You can always contact your vet to assess his weight and advise you if you have any concerns. Should you stop your dog from burying his food? Watching your dog bury food can be a fun quirk that brings lots of laughs at home. It can be very stimulating for them to satisfy their natural instincts, and it's often just harmless play. However, there are a few things you need to be aware of, as this behavior can cause some harm. Perishable foods, such as meat, can start to rot if left uncovered for too long, especially as your pet is unlikely to bury it properly like their wolf ancestors would. If they dig it up and eat it when it's rotten, it can cause stomach upsets such as vomiting or diarrhea. If this happens regularly, you should try to avoid it. You can stop offering them the items they tend to bury, or it may be easier to intervene after the item is buried, as trying to stop an instinctive behavior can cause your dog some distress. Try to watch where he buries food, then go back to remove it before he has a chance to dig it up and eat it. Resource guarding or protective, defensive behavior. If your dog buries food out of anxiety or displays any possessive behavior around food, such as growling or guarding, you should be concerned and not ignore it. Resource guarding can start with tense body language and progress to growling and even biting if he thinks the item is going to be taken away. This behavior can extend to toys and other valued possessions, so it's important not to let it get out of hand. It is a pleasure to inform you and help you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you should do it now. Take care of yourself and your furry friend. A hug, and until the next video.